You have to ask that, be willing to ask that question.
So we only have a few seconds left, but let's hear what's been your most memorable day in all your years.
When President Pro Tem Roberti told me to arrest the governor. And I'm
That's
one
worth
of
stretching for a
Yeah,
moment.
I think we could go into break with
well,
that one.
I had been chief for about 6 months, and we were on the Senate floor, and I noticed Senator Roberti stood and raised his mic, which is something he never did. He usually sat, raised his mic. And he got up, and they recognized him and said, what are you standing for? And he said, I would like to order the Sergeant at Arms to place the governor, to ask the governor to leave the chamber, and if he refuses to leave, place him under arrest.
Now, this is an interesting issue because, while it may not be readily apparent to most viewers, the separation between the two branches is something that the three branches, but in this case the two branches, the legislative branch and the executive branch, is so strict that the governor is not supposed to be in the chamber except upon invitation, as I recall.
Invitation, you're right.
And so that was presumably the issue that prompted. And this would have been Governor
Jerry Brown.
And what brought him to the chambers? And
Well,
how did that work
we
out?
had taken up a confirmation of the first 4 appointees to the Agriculture Labor Relations Board in its inception. Very controversial. Senator Roberti worked very hard to get these people confirmed. The governor then came. We were in what was then the temporary chambers because the Capitol was being renovated. He came to the back of that chamber and proceeded to hold a press conference to tout the LRB and its conferees. And that exactly right because of the issue of executive and legislative branches. The pro tem was within his rights. I'm one of the few people who has the power to arrest a sitting governor.
Wow.
So I proceeded to the back of the chamber, and I knew the guards, and I said to them, get him out of here now, or I got to talk to him. And they kind of looked at me like, well, then go ahead and talk to him. And I said, fine, Governor, I need to ask you to leave. And he said, what if I don't? And I said, then I'll have to place you under arrest. And I, at that point, showed him my cuffs. And he kind of looked at me, you know, and I kept thinking, in my mind, I thought, okay, if I put him under arrest, what am I going to do with him? Because technically you would take him to jail, put him in a cell. Fortunately, he left. You know,
and of course, the punchline is today he's the Attorney General of the state of California.
He's been elected many times to different offices. Well, great.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you, Maggie.
That's great.